All of that stuff is broken right now, and you're not able to send money out from your bank account. It's kind of a big problem. They have a relationship with Visa, and Visa's passing through some of that fee essentially as a rebate or a kickback to Chime. They don't make any money. They just hemorrhage a lot of money. And I think that's generally the challenge that a lot of these kind of challenger banks have. Chime is one of these challenger banks, online only banks. If you tried to use Chime right now, you would not be able to because Chime is down. Chime is valued at around $5 billion, or I think it's trying to raise money at around a $5 billion valuation. Basically, what happens is these online, digital only banks, branchless banks, they're not building all of this infrastructure in-house. So one of Chime's vendors, which enables it to Chime gives you a debit card. It lets you send money out of your, digital checking account in the app. And so all of that stuff is broken right now, and you're not able to send money out from your bank account. It's kind of a big problem. I think they have over 5 million users. They 5x their number of users in a year. And so this vendor is down, or it's not down for everyone, but it's really just down for Chime. And so typically what you see happen with any of these large tech companies that have these vendor dependencies, they'll actually integrate to multiple vendors and have redundancy so that if one of them goes down, then they can just transfer the load to the other one. So clearly Chime, this was completely dependent on this vendor. They're blaming it on Galileo. But, at the same time, I guarantee Galileo isn't the only vendor that's doing whatever they're doing. You got to be able to build redundancy into these systems when you're this big and you have millions of people relying on you for making their, phone payments was one of the examples in this article. So Chime is down. Why use Chime? It's free. You don't pay any fees for the checking account. Where is it? No credit check, no hidden bank fees. They will advance you up to 2 days early your direct deposit salary payment. So, I don't know, say you get $1,000 every 2 weeks. They'll advance that money to you 2 days early for free. When you think about it, that's kind of an expensive proposition. And then they're saying that, they don't do a credit check on you. So the underbanked population that might have bad credit can still get a bank account. And they're saying that, how do they make money? They're saying that they give you this debit card, which isn't working right now. And when you use that debit card, the fees that Visa collects from the merchant, which I think is around 2%, roughly, give or take, from the merchant, then they have a relationship with Visa, and Visa's passing through some of that, that fee essentially as a rebate or a kickback to Chime. And that's how they're making their money. So when you use the debit card and the merchant pays a fee, then Chime is making some money. That basically means they're hemorrhaging money right now because you can't acquire customers at the rate that they're acquiring customers. You can't advance them 2 days on their paycheck and do all these other things just by making I don't know, maybe Visa pays them max 50 basis points. Max 50 basis points. Guarantee Visa's not getting them half the fees that Visa's taking. No way. So maybe they're getting 50 basis points, best case scenario, only on what you spend through the debit card, not through the app. They don't make money on that. So it's literally what you're spending with the debit card, which I don't think is working right now. And maybe they get 50 basis points on that. They don't make any money. They just hemorrhage a lot of money. And I think that's generally the challenge that a lot of these kind of challenger banks have. How do traditional banks make money? Well, they have about 50% in fees and then 50% in loans. And so Chime has someone on their team here, general manager of lending. So I don't know if they've really rolled that out very much, but you got to have the lending revenue. And banks are able to diversify lending across a whole portfolio, right? They're lending to consumers, they're lending to businesses. Chime is just dealing with individuals, and it seems like individuals that it's a motivating factor to be able to get your paycheck 2 days early, or the fact that they don't do a credit check on you. So that means from a demographic standpoint, Chime's probably core target market isn't the ultra high net worth individual. That's definitely going to go with a more traditional bank, which means just the market shrinks in terms of how do you extract more money from that population. So basically, I think we've talked a lot about how there's a big platform opportunity with lending marketplaces. And it's just surprising why you don't see as much platform innovation in the fintech space, especially now we've talked about SoFi, we've talked about Wealthfront, we've talking about Chime now. Where is the platform innovation? There's no supply side network effect on any of these businesses. These are now massive companies, multi-billion dollar companies. When's it going to happen? I'm kind of been waiting around long enough, right? Like, show me the money. I'm sure that's what the investors are wondering. Show me, how are you actually going to make money on this? Because I guarantee just being a linear lender is also not going to cut it. You just don't have the portfolio to just be writing loans off your own balance sheet. And now there's a lot of competition amongst the digital banks, challenger banks. There's actually now a number of them that are doing very aggressive things, like licensing the rights to the LA Rams and Chargers stadium for $400 million, $500 million, SoFi. They're spending a lot of money. I'm just not grasping how the money comes back in. Hi, this is Alex Mozed. Thanks for joining us on Winner Take All. If you enjoyed the content today, which I bet you did, please comment, subscribe, and definitely message me on Twitter when we're doing live streams. Also, please note, all opinions expressed about stocks or public companies on the show are exactly that, opinions. This is not investment advice. Don't act on it. WisdomTree licensed Applico's Platform Insights data product to aid in the creation of the PLAT ETF. Thanks for joining us.